The strategy is to restart the operations initially with a single store in each country, and then re-engage the suppliers. So we have already a re-engagement strategy, and most of them who used to supply Uganda and Tanzania are also Kenyan suppliers, and we'll combine them with the suppliers in the host country, and we agree on a timetable of re-entry and locations. Where do you start? And it is one of those places where we are hoping to entrench also the franchise model. Monitoring the sales is one of those things that we learned. It's very difficult, very costly process, because we had pegged the franchise fee to percentage of sales. Now, one of the things that we learned is a very complex process, and the cost of compliance can be pretty high. So we are favoring a flat fee, where we estimate that this area, we think the franchise fee should be this much. So we are learning many things because of the experiment we did. So, but it's a good thing, and it has worked successfully. What we are looking at is that once, for example, we stabilize our 20 stores, rolling out at the franchise level will be very easy, because we now have all the lessons learned, and then we have learned also from other markets. So, and we are not starting the shops themselves. The franchisees are existing shops. It's just bringing them to be part of our supply chain. And so rolling out will be very, very easy.
You find that in some areas you may have also a lot of population, maybe traffic, but maybe not enough money to translate to a decent average basket in the outlet. So we are going to be looking at very, very strict criteria. And then the other thing is using the franchise model, as the CEO has said, really limits our exposure. It's not the same as going to open a store, because we are relying on an existing store which has already got customers, and all you're doing is to find an alignment in partnering with this store and ensuring you add value, and they also add value to the company. And jointly you actually help also grow the retail. You help formalize the retail sector. You contribute to the government agenda of formalizing the retail sector further.
The franchisees are de-risked from Uchumi, because we are not putting in any capital ourselves. Okay, so we are already de-risked on that front. And then, of course, the board has put in place very strict criteria for opening a shop. It will not just be a management thing where you say, somebody has a store and I want to open. That is now in our past. So they have now much more strict guidelines on opening of a store. Yeah. And then remember also, was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, last week, when the government talked about introducing a regulator. Now, the purpose of a regulator is also to control expansion and link it to capital adequacy. So no supermarket will just be allowed to open stores without a scrutiny by a regulator. Have you actually adequately covered your risk?